Hind everyone, I welcome you all to my channel Master SSB, and today's picture is in front of your screen. This is a very popular picture and is often repeated in the SSB process. In this we can see a total of 6 characters. In the foreground on the left side, these 2 characters appear to be crouching or kneeling. One is wearing protective eyewear, possibly snow goggles, and is holding a pole or stick. The other one, he seems to be stabilizing himself with another pole or an axe. In the center there are these 2 figures who are standing close together, appears to laying or handling a length of cable on the ground. In the foreground again on the right side, one person is sitting or squatting holding something close to his face, possibly a cup of coffee or a food container. Another figure sits beside him with equipment or bags. The scene appears to take place outdoors in an extreme cold environment with snow underfoot. The group seems to be engaged in different activities, possibly as part of a mountaineering, polar expedition or technical operation in icy conditions. Now, including all these details, let us try to make a coherent story including everything. So have a look at our theme 1. Rohan was part of a high altitude research team tasked with installing a communication setup in a remote snow covered region. After reaching the site, he quickly assessed the surroundings and divided tasks among the team members based on their skills. 2 members began laying the communication cables in a straight line, making sure they were free from twists and securely anchored in the snow. Another member prepared the poles and handed them over for fixing, while another checked the alignment with the cable path. Rohan moved between the groups, inspecting each stage of work, tightening knots, and ensuring the poles were firmly embedded. He also made sure the cable insulation was intact to prevent damage from freezing temperatures. Once the installation was complete, they tested the signal transmission and confirmed stable connectivity. After recording the setup details for future maintenance, the team packed up the remaining equipment. Rohan praised his team for their valiant efforts and they began their return journey to base. Friends, this was our first theme. Now, points to observe. First, there were neutral expressions, or the expressions were not seen in the picture, and there was no negative element that was clearly evident in the picture, right? And hence our story avoided any unnecessary crisis or danger. We did not include dramatic scenarios like avalanches, snow blizzards, or equipment failures. Instead, we focused on smooth teamwork and successful task completion. This keeps the tone constructive and ensures that the visual mood matches the calm, methodical work shown in the picture. Alright. The second point is that the realistic and rational setting. Every action in the story is logical given the environment. Snow-covered terrain, heavy clothing, and visible cables make the equipment installation process believable. There is no unrealistic leaps in events. The flow stays natural and grounded. The third point is that there is logical justification for unusual visual elements. The unusual sight of people working with equipment in thick snow is explained by framing it as a high altitude technical installation task. The visible cable in the image is directly linked to laying the communication lines, making the scene coherent and purposeful. Then fourth point is the importance of small thoughtful actions. I reiterate this point in every picture of every story of mine. This story highlights detail-oriented steps like ensuring cables are twist-free, securing poles firmly in snow, inspecting insulation before testing. These small yet precise actions reflect careful planning, technical discipline, and responsibility. Fifth point is the use of available resources and teamwork. Visible items such as cables, poles, and snow terrain are fully integrated into the narrative. The team optimizes these resources without wastage, mirroring efficient field operations in challenging environments. Alright, so it is very important, and good officer always make use of all the available resources and gives the best output. And the last point is the leadership shown through Rohan dividing the tasks. Instead of everyone working randomly, Rohan takes charge and allocates tasks based on skills. This not only streamlines the workflow but also makes him the central figure, the one ensuring the mission's success. So friends, this was our first theme. Now let me take you to the second theme on the same picture. Have a look. Rohan was part of a trekking support team preparing a base camp in a snowy region. The camp needed a stable power supply for lights and heating. He divided the tasks among his teammates and they sprang to action. Two members laid insulated power cables from the generator to the main tent. Another set up cable covers to protect from snow movement. Rohan connected the cables to the distribution box and marked outlets. They ran extension leads to the cooking and sleeping areas. A teammate tested the circuit with portable lights. Rohan sealed insulation gaps with weatherproof tape. Cables were laid along fixed paths to avoid tripping hazards. Once complete, Rohan powered on lights inside the tents. The camp became bright and warm, ready for the trekking group. The team felt proud and Rohan praised everyone for their resilient efforts. Okay, so like the earlier story, first story, this story also has the similar points. First, no negative problem introduced like avalanches, blizzards, nothing like that. Second, realistic and rational setting. The entire activity takes place within the base camp environment in a snowy region, which makes it believable and relevant. Alright. The third, logical placement of the activities. Laying cables in snow may seem unusual at first, but when linked to powering tents for heating and lighting, it becomes a natural and logical action. The generator and cable covers further enhance realism. Alright. Then fourth point, importance of small thoughtful actions. Marking outlets, sealing gaps with weatherproof tape, etc. These show the methodical approach and the awareness of the hero. Fifth point, team coordination with a clear leader. Rohan is shown dividing the tasks among the team members right from the start. This portrays him as the main decision maker who keeps the work organized and efficient. Sixth point, use of all the available resources. This makes the effective use of on-hand equipment such as insulated cables, cable covers, extension leads, etc. Showcasing resourcefulness in a remote environment. Alright. And the last point is the outcome focused ending. The story closes with the successful powering of the camp, which instantly transforms it into a bright and warm space for the incoming trekking group. This positive conclusion leaves a strong impression of capability and teamwork. Alright, so friends, I have given you two themes, two stories on this picture, and this is a very important picture, mind you. So enjoy the two stories, and if you have another theme, comment it in the comment section. I'll go through it. Alright, so this was our video. Friends, you might have seen a picture in which there are two characters, one father sitting on the chair and a son standing in front of him engaged in a conversation. If you want a story on this picture, the video is on your screen. Click on it and you can go through the story. So this was our video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind.